Hello, I'm glad to see you this morning. I'm glad you came to the library to hear my stories.
I picked some books up.
You did? Good. I love for you to pick up books when you come to the library. Good. This is my friend Freddie the Frog. Can you say hi, Freddie? Hi, Freddie. Watch what happens when Freddie opens his mouth. Vroom. He has a big mouth, doesn't he? What color is his mouth? Pink. And what color is Freddie? Green. And he's a frog who likes to say hello. Hello to Myra, and to Eddie, and to Jimmy, and to Jennifer. Can you stretch up here, Jennifer? And Owen, can you stretch? Good. And to David, and Scott, and Monica, would you like to come up here and shake? No? Okay. And Ryan, can you stretch your hand way over here? Good. Ryan's all dressed in green just like Freddie. Isn't that nice? Does anybody have a dog at their house?
I
do. Let me ask everybody one at a time. Jennifer, do you have a dog? What's your doggy's name?
Aston.
Say it again for me, please.
Aston.
Aston, that's a pretty name. And Jimmy, do you have a dog? How about Owen? Does Owen have a dog? No? David, do you have a dog? Even if you don't have a dog, I'll bet you like dogs, don't you?
I don't like
Oh, you don't?
I do like Snoopy.
What do dogs say when they talk? Woof, woof, or bow, wow, wow. Do dogs really talk with words the way we do? Not usually. Sometimes in stories they can. I have dog stories for you today. All my stories are about dogs. The first one is called Harry the Dirty Dog. Scott has this book. This is Harry. He's a white dog with black spots. But one day, she does. One day Harry got so dirty that he turned into a black dog with white spots. Isn't that silly? When I read Harry to you, can you sit all the way down and get comfy? And we'll be very quiet and listen to the story and look at the pictures because the pictures are special. This is Harry the Dirty Dog. Harry was a white dog with black spots who liked everything except getting a bath. So one day when he heard the water running in the tub, he took the scrubbing brush and he buried it in the backyard. Then he ran away from home. He played where they were fixing the street and got very dirty. Did you ever get dirty, Jimmy?
No.
Not that dirty, huh?
Yeah.
He played at the railroad and got even dirtier. Ugh. Then he played tag with the other dogs and became dirtier still. He slid down a coal chute and got the dirtiest of all. In fact, he changed from a white dog with black spots to a black dog with white spots. Although there were many other things to do, Harry began to wonder if his family thought he had really run away. Scott, look how dirty he is. He felt very tired and hungry too, so without stopping on the way, he ran all the way back home. When Harry got to his house, he crawled through the fence and sat looking at the back door. One of the family looked out and said, there's a strange dog in the backyard. Oh, and by the way, has anyone seen Harry? When Harry heard this, he tried very hard to show them that he was Harry. He started to do all his old clever tricks. He flip-flopped, and he flop-flipped, and he rolled over and played dead. But no one recognized him. He was so dirty that no one recognized him. He danced and he sang. He did these tricks over and over and over again, but everyone shook his head and said, "Oh no, that couldn't be Harry. Oh no." Harry gave up and we walked slowly towards the gate, but suddenly he stopped. He ran to the corner of the garden and started to dig furiously. Soon he jumped away from the hole, barking short, happy barks. What's he going to find in that hole? Does anybody know? I bet you're right. He'd found the scrubbing brush, and carrying it in his mouth, he ran all the way into the house. Up the stairs he dashed, with the family following close behind him. He jumped into the bathtub and sat up begging with the scrubbing brush right in his mouth, a trick he certainly had never done before. "This little doggy wants a bath," cried the little girl. And her father said, "Why don't you and your brother give him one?" Myra, can you sit down on the floor there? That's a girl. Harry's bath was the soapiest one he'd ever had. It worked like magic, too. As soon as the children started to scrub, they began shouting, "Mommy, Daddy, Mommy, Daddy, look, look, come quick. It's Harry, it's Harry, it's Harry," they cried. Harry wagged his tail and was very, very happy. His family combed and brushed him lovingly, and he became once again a white dog with black spots instead of a black dog with white spots. It was wonderful to be home. After dinner, Harry fell asleep in his favorite place, happily dreaming of how much fun it had been getting dirty. He slept so soundly, Scotty, that he didn't even feel the scrubbing brush that he'd put under the pillow. He tried to hide it again, didn't he? Can you say goodnight to Harry? Good night, Harry. Is it fun to get dirty?
No.
Oh, I think it is sometimes.
I like to get dirty.
If you get dirty, how do you get clean afterwards, Brian?
Yeah.
Take a bath and scrub, 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 scrub. And you can get clean that way. The dirt always comes off, doesn't it, Jennifer? Oh, Jennifer, you don't like to get dirty, do you? Does anybody like to get dirty? Raise your hand if you like to get dirty. Oh, good, David. I like to get dirty sometimes, too. I have a little game that I'd like to play with you. Can you hold your hands up like this? Myra knows this game because she's come to Story Hour before. We're going to do open, shut them. Good. Can you say it with me if you know it? Open, shut them, open, shut them. Give a great big clap. Open, shut them, put them in your lap. Here's the fun part. Roll them, roll them, roll them, roll them. Give a great big clap. Roll them, roll them, roll them, roll them. Put them in your lap. Good, let's do it once more and say it with me this time because now you know it. Open, shut them, give a great big clap. Open, shut them, put them in your lap. Real fast. Roll them, roll them, roll them, roll them, give a great big clap. Roll them, roll them, roll them, roll them, put them in your lap. Good. I have another dog story for you. It's called The Last Puppy. Oh dear, does that puppy look happy or sad? He looks sad. How can you tell he looks sad, Scott?
Here.
Does he have a tear on his face?
Flowers upside down.
And his smile is not really a smile, is it? It's a frown. Do you know why he's sad? He's always last. He was the last puppy to be born, and he was the last puppy to get a drink of milk, and he was the last puppy to play outside. Would you like to see if he ever gets to be first? Sometimes it's nice to be first. The last puppy. I was the last of Mama's 9 puppies. Goodness, that's a lot of puppies, isn't it? I was the last one to eat from Mama and the last one to open my eyes. Do you know that puppies are born with their eyes closed? Can you close your eyes? And then they have to learn to open them. And he was the last one to open his eyes. I was the last one to learn to drink milk from a saucer. And the last one into the doghouse at night. I think it would be pretty hard to be the last of 9 puppies, wouldn't it? One day, Mama's owner put up a sign that said, "Puppies for sale." The next day, a little girl came and took one of us away. That night, I couldn't sleep very well. I kept wondering, oh, when will my turn come? Will I be the last puppy again? Woof, woof, woof. In the morning, a little boy came to choose a puppy. Take me, I barked. That puppy's too noisy, he said, and he picked another puppy instead. Later that day, a nice lady from the city almost picked me, but when I tried to jump into her lap, uh-oh, she fell backwards right into our bowl of milk. Ew. That wouldn't be much fun, would it, Myra?
No.
I wouldn't want to sit in a bowl of milk. When a farmer and his family came to choose a puppy, I got so excited when the farmer picked me up that I bit him on the nose. They didn't pick me. They picked 2 puppies, but not me. And there were 4 of us left behind. He was so excited that he bit that farmer. Ooh, that wouldn't be very nice, would it? No. Soon there were just 3 of us left, and then 2, and then just me, the last puppy. Oh dear, last again. But one day, my turn came too. Big Hands picked me up and gave me to a nice little boy. We got into a car, and we drove away. The little boy held me on his lap. He put his face down close to mine, and I licked him right on the nose. That's sort of like a kiss, isn't it, from a doggy? And then the little boy laughed and said, "Do you know what? You're my first puppy, and I love you." Isn't that nice? Did the little puppy get to be that little boy's first puppy? And that was special. What does a doggy say again? Ruff, ruff, ruff. Everybody tell me what a doggy says. Ruff, ruff, ruff. Good. You guys are terrific listeners this morning. Would you like to hear a record? How about if we stand up and stretch? We need to stretch. Can you do that? Stretch. This is a good record. It has lots of good music. It's called Shake Something. Can you shake something? Shake anything you want. I'm going to shake my hands. What else could I shake? Could I shake my legs?
Yeah.
I could shake my head. What else could I shake? I could try to shake my nose. That's pretty hard to do. Can you make something move up and down? I can make my hands move up and down. What else can move up and down? Your leg can move up and down. Good. Can you move all of you up and down? Can you jump up and down? There you go. Let's make something move around and around. I'm going to move my arm around. Good, Jennifer. That's a good idea. She's going to move around and around. Can you move around and around? Good. You can make your finger move around and around, or your head. Can you twist something? I'm going to twist my arm, or I'm going to twist my whole body. Can you do that? Can you make something move from side to side, or back and forth? Let's go front, back, front, back. Good. Let's see if we can do it to the music. Are we all set? It's called Shake Something. We can just sort of dance and move around while we wait for words.
Can you make something go up and down?
Up and down. Good, Myra. She's jumping up and down.
Can you make something else go up
Now make
and
something else go
down?
up and down. You can do your leg. What else? Your head up and down.
Oh, can you make something go round and round?
Go round and round, turn around, round.
Can you make something else go round
Let's
and
make something else.
round?
I'm going to make my arm go round and round.
Can you shake something, shake something, shake it all
Shake
about?
anything you want. Now shake all over. Come on, shake. Good.
Can you find something that can bend and unbend?
Can you bend and unbend your arms?
Can
Or
you
your
find
fingers can
something
bend and
else
unbend?
that can bend and unbend?
How about your legs? Can we bend and unbend our legs?
Oh, can you
That's
find
good.
something that you can twist?
Something that you can twist when you twist your arms?
Can you find something else
Or you can
that
twist your
you
whole
can
body?
twist? shake something, shake something,
Can you
shake
shake
it all
something? What should we shake first? Our legs? Shake your leg, and now the other leg. Oh, and your hands. Let's shake. Now shake all
Can you
over.
make
Shake everything
something
you've got.
go back and forth?
Back and forth.
Can you make something go back and forth? Remember when we went like this?
Can you make
Good, David.
something go
There you
side
got
to
it, Owen.
side?
Side to side.
From side to side, Ryan. So can we go like this?
Can you
Side
make
to side.
something
That's
go
good. You can just go like
very
this.
fast?
Very fast.
Very fast. What can go fast? Your feet?
Can you make something go very slowly?
Very slowly.
Very slowly.
Can you shake something,
Very
shake
slowly.
something, shake it all about?
Shake something again. Shake. Now let me see you shake your hair. Oh, Jennifer has shaky hair. Good job. Can you clap? Say yay, I did a good job. Good. Now let's sit back down. I like that record because it has good, fast music. Do you know a little game about blackbirds who sit on your shoulders? Put your hands like this, and we're going to pretend that they're blackbirds. Put them up on your shoulders. Okay, here we go. Two little blackbirds sitting on a hill. One named Jack,
Fly away.
and the other named Jill. Fly away, Jack.
Fly away.
Fly away, Jill.
Why would say that?
Come back, Jack.
Come back, Jack.
Come back, Jill. See how we made them fly behind our back and come back? Let's do it again. Make your blackbirds and put them up on your shoulders. Two little blackbirds sitting on a hill. One named Jack, and the other named Jill. Fly away, Jack.
Fly away.
Fly away, Jill. Come back, Jack.
Come back, Jill.
Come back, Jill. Good. I have another story for you. This is a little bit long, so we have to sit all the way down and get comfy. Are you ready? This is about a little boy named David, just like our friend David who's visiting us today. David has a special dog. It's not a real dog. It's a toy dog, like Scott said that he had, a stuffed dog. And David loves dog. He takes him everywhere he goes, and he sleeps with him at night too.
I like real dogs.
You don't like real dogs? Do you like play dogs?
I like real bears and porcupines.
Oh my
and
goodness.
rattlesnakes.
Do you know what happens to David's friend dog, Scott?
What?
It gets lost. Oh dear.
When the dog didn't lost.
You didn't lose yours, did you? Well, he loses dog, and he's very sad. Can we see if he finds dog? It's called David and Dog. And there's his picture right there holding his dog. Once there was a soft brown toy called Dog. One of his ears was pointed upwards, and the other flopped over. His fur was worn in places because he was very old. He belonged to David. David was very fond of Dog. He took him everywhere. Sometimes he gave him rides in a truck, and sometimes he pulled him along on a leash made of string, like a real dog. When it was cold, he wrapped him up in a bit of a blanket. Now and again, David's mother said the dog was getting much too dirty. She showed David how to wash him in a bowl of soapy water. Then they hung him up by his tail on the clothesline to dry. When you get dry after your bath, Owen, does your mommy hang you on the clothesline?
Yeah.
No? How about you, Myra? Does your mommy hang you on the clothesline? No. How do you get dry? From a towel. Good job. Myra, can you sit flat down so that Scotty can see? That's a good girl. David's baby brother Joe liked hard toys. He liked putting them in his mouth and biting on them because he was getting new teeth. David's big sister Bella took 7 teddies to bed with her every night. She had to sleep right up against the wall to stop herself from falling out. But David liked only Dog, Scott. He slept only with Dog. One afternoon, David and Mother went to pick up Bella from school. Mother took Joe in the stroller, and David took Dog. Next to the school gate where the mothers waited was a playing field, like a playground. Some men with ladders were putting up colored flags. Mother said that there was going to be a summer fair to get money to buy things for the school. David pushed Dog up against the railing of the fence to show him what was going on. Myra, come back here and sit down. Just then the children started to come out of school, An ice cream truck came around the corner playing a tune. Bella ran up with her book bag flying. "Mommy, Mommy, can we have an ice cream?" Mommy gave her money for 2 ice cream cones, one for David and one for Bella. Joe didn't have a whole cone to himself because he was too dribbly. Do you have a baby at your house, David?
I do.
Is your baby dribbly and gets all messy when he eats?
Yes.
That's like Joe. He can't have his own ice cream cone because he's too messy. On the way home, David walked beside the stroller, giving Joe licks off his ice cream cone. Joe kicked his feet and shouted for more in between licks because he loves ice cream. At supper time, David was rather quiet. Oh dear. And in his bath, he was even quieter. At bedtime, he said very quietly, "I want Dog." But Dog was nowhere to be found. He was lost. Mommy looked under the bed, and she looked under the cupboard, and she searched everywhere in the kitchen and underneath the stairs. David watched anxiously through the banister. Joe watched through the bars of his crib. Can you sit down, Jennifer, so Jimmy can see? That's a girl. Bella joined in to look for Dog. She emptied her own toy box just in case he was in there, but he wasn't. When Daddy came home, he looked for Dog, too. He looked in the shed outside and down the garden path with a flashlight. David was very sad when he went to bed. Bella very kindly lent him one of her teddies to go to sleep with, but it wasn't the same thing as Dog. David kept waking up in the night and missing him. The next day was Saturday, and they all went to the school summer fair. The playground was full of stalls and sideshows and games.
I know where Dog is.
There was a fancy dress parade. Don't tell if you know, okay? There was a fancy dress parade, and everyone was dressed up. Right, there's a clown.
Where?
Myra, sit down.
Where is it?
Let's see if I can show you the clown. There's a clown right there. And does that look like Big Bird?
No.
A little bit. It looks like a bird, maybe not Big Bird. Then there were sports with an egg and spoon race. Look, they have to carry an egg in a spoon and not drop it. Ooh, if they drop it, the egg will break all over. And there was a wheelbarrow race and even a daddy's race. And all the daddies ran and ran and ran. Bella was very good at races. She won the 3-legged race with her friend Barbara. Wouldn't you like to go in for a race, they asked David. But David didn't feel like racing. He was missing Dog too much. Then another very exciting thing happened to Bella. She won first prize in a raffle. Look at what she won. It was a huge yellow teddy bear wearing a beautiful blue silk bow. He was almost as big as David. David didn't like that teddy at all. And at that moment, he didn't like Bella very much either because she kept on winning things. He went off on his own to look at the stalls and play some games. One lady had a toy stall full of knitted ducks and cars and baby dolls and bonnets. Uh-oh. And there, at the very back of the stall, behind a lot of other toys, was Dog. Look, it's David's dog. He was wearing a ticket saying 5 cents. There were a lot of people around the stall. David tried to explain to the lady that it was his dog who had gotten lost and somehow been put in the stall by mistake, but she wasn't listening. He looked in his pocket. He had 3 cents, but that wasn't enough. Oh dear, he ran to find Mommy and Daddy to ask them to buy Dog back at once, right now. David went everywhere in the crowd, but he couldn't find Mom and Dad. At last, he thought he was going to cry, but he found Bella right near the cakes. When she heard about Dog, she and David ran back to the stall as fast as they could. But something terrible had happened. Dog had just been bought by a little girl. She was already walking away with him, and David began to cry. Bella ran after her and tried to explain that Dog really belonged to David, and could they please, please, please buy him back. But the little girl said, "No, he's mine." She said that she had bought Dog with her very own money, and she wanted him very much. She held on to him very tightly. David cried and cried, and the little girl started to cry too. But out of the corner of her eye, she caught sight of Bella's big yellow teddy. She stopped crying, and she put out her hand to stroke his beautiful blue silk bow. See the new teddy that Bella won in the raffle. Then Bella did something very kind. "Would you swap this teddy for my brother's dog?" she asked. Right away, the little girl stopped crying and began to smile. She held out Dog to David and took the big teddy bear instead and went off with him in her arms. Then David smiled too. He hugged Dog and he hugged Bella round the waist. "Oh, thank you, Bella," he said. That night, David had Dog in his bed right beside him. Bella was practicing somersaults on her bed. "Will you miss that big teddy?" David asked her. "No," said Bella. "I didn't really like him very much. He was too big, and his eyes were too starey. Anyway, if I had another teddy in my bed, there wouldn't be any room left for me." Right?
I guess Bella would have to sleep.
Where would she sleep? There wouldn't be any space.
No, I'll tell you where Bella would sleep.
Where?
On the couch.
On the couch. That's a good idea. Was Bella a good sister? She sure was. Wasn't that nice of her to give that big yellow teddy so David could have Dog back? How would you feel if you lost your very special toy or your very special blanket? Jimmy, how would you feel if you lost your very special friend?
Guess what? If I lost the apple?
You would be very sad, wouldn't you?
Guess what?
What?
Before my toys were in the toy store, and some I got, I would pull.
Oh, you would try. You'd have to try to talk to them too and see if you could work it out with words, right?
Yeah.
You know, you guys are terrific listeners. I have.
Anyways,
What?
I miss my friends.
You miss your
Daddy put
friends.
my bulletin board.
Did Daddy give you a bulletin board? Good. Do you know the monkeys? Put your hand up. We're going to make the monkeys jump on the bed. 3 little monkeys. Can you hold up 3 fingers? Tuck your baby finger down with your thumb. And let's make the monkeys jump on the bed. Everybody set? 3 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped her head. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, "No more monkeys jumping on the bed." 2 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, what did the doctor say? "No more monkeys jumping on the bed." 1 little monkey jumping on the bed. He fell off and bumped his head. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, "No more monkeys jumping on the bed." Here's the ending part. Are you set? No little monkeys jumping on the bed. None fell off and bumped their heads. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, "Get those monkeys straight to bed." You don't jump on your bed, do you, Jimmy? Good. Oh, no. Don't jump on your bed unless somebody's there to catch you if you fall off. I don't want anybody to bump their heads.
I didn't bump. I don't bump.
Oh, good. I'm glad you didn't bump your head, Scott.
I have my bouncy.
You know, I'm very, very proud of all of you. You were terrific listeners. And you remember my friend Freddie from the beginning?
Yeah.
Freddie would like to say thank you for coming. And have a nice day. And I'll see you another time for more stories. Goodbye, David and Owen and Scott and Eddie and Myra and Jimmy, who's my old friend from Story Hour. Aren't you, Jimmy? And Jennifer, I'm glad to meet you. And Monica.
We have this fly.
Oh, Ryan, come shake. You forgot to shake. And I'll see you another day. Thank you for coming. Goodbye.